I said, well, I'll just lie there with tubes in my face until we see what this show's going to do. And if it flops, I'll come too. And if it doesn't, you know. And then he said, no, there's a dramatic value in killing you off. And then I said, okay. Then after Gold Monkey was canceled, I said, okay, how about a show where Select's jogging on the beach and my body just lands. I'll get up and stagger around in my clothes, get a smoke, and I'll act a little goofy. And we'll just pick it up and I'll still be back. They didn't buy it. My parents bought it.
That was a great idea.
And I'm acting goofy anyway, so.
I like your clothes.
My clothes smoked. Hey, I had my foot blown off, and hey, they can grow that back. No, it was.
Oh,
Caitlin, who was Yoda? Oh,
Yoda.
Yoda was my dog.
For brain dead puppy.
No, he wasn't. Jeff talked about that. Yoda came with me every day to the set.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you had to wait on Yoda.
No, we never did. No.
Actually,
no,
Yoda.
He was good. He stayed in my trailer.
Oh, so Yoda and Jack.
No, Yoda and Jack sniffed each other a couple of times. I made smell this.
I didn't say a word. I didn't say a thing.
You see the magic?
Harvey, we haven't heard from you.
Yeah, we need to hear from you, Harvey.
Harvey,
you guys gave me a real revelation, because I didn't know that about Hillerman and In the Pool, because I did a Magnum that Don wrote, where Magnum is out lost at sea.
It's a great episode.
I love that one.
And Hillerman jumps out of a helicopter and saves him in the water.
Oh my God.
So somebody said to me, John Hillerman can't swim. I said, get out of here. That can't be true.
He's like a bobber.
Yeah. He doesn't really float either, I found out.
Oh, well,
so we made this
probably after lunch.
This thing, we took 55-gallon drums and we welded them to make framework and all of this stuff, and we made this thing that floated. It had a certain equilibrium, and it floated about 4 feet below the surface of the Molokai Channel, and they towed it out there with a tugboat, and they sent divers out, and they anchored the thing and all this kind of stuff. And we got out there to shoot, and Hillerman's double jumped out of the helicopter and all that stuff. And now it's okay. We're in this platform, and I said, okay, now put John in the platform, on the platform. And he wouldn't get off the boat. It was like fingernails.
His toes became fingers.
Right. And so Tom said, and bless his heart, he said, it's okay, I'll take him, you know. And Tom literally took him like a child from the boat, but he couldn't get onto the platform holding on to Hillerman, who was supposed to be saving him. So somebody said, cut the platform loose. So they cut the platform loose, and it kind of floats out there into the channel, and we shot the thing where actually they were doing the opposite thing, but it looked like what they were doing. Tom was supporting John, but it looked like John was saving Tom. And then when it was all over, we got this notice from the Coast Guard saying there was a hazard to navigation.
Floating in.
They named it Hillerman's Island. And all I know is still out there.
That's great.
Oh my God.
You know, I did a series with Hillerman in Berlin for a year, and Fargo did a couple episodes of that, directed them, and they had, poor John he's gained weight, he's very heavy, and what a pro. I've never worked with a better actor. Solid as a rock, and every time is right there. And anyway, there was this scene where Reuben Leader wrote that John had to run up a hill. Well, John Hillerman doesn't run anywhere.
No.
He's got 37 poems in his house, so he doesn't have to walk from one end of the couch to the other.
Remember he said that when we were at that party at his house?
I don't, but
He said, I am the most sedentary person you'll ever meet.
Oh.
He said, I don't move unless I absolutely have to.
But the sound, but Reuben was just messing with his mind, and because he was rather obdurate, and so he had John running up this hill. Well, John ran up the hill, God bless him, and he's got to weigh about 270, and he's about 5'6", and so Reuben was messing with him, and he said, John, I'm sorry, but we're going to need another take. At which point John just went. And so he starts to do, well, it's the chin. He starts to do this other take, and the sound guy, who never said a word during the whole year of production, says, "Roll John." Instead of roll tape. Roll John.
I used to, when I was working, that must have been much later, but he was hard to understand, and a recent episode that we did reminded me of him, because I was always stopping him and saying, "John, I didn't quite understand what you said," because he had this kind of British accent,
Yeah.
and actually he's from Texas.
Denison, Texas.
Yeah, and finally he was throwing things at me after a while because I kept stopping him, and because I couldn't understand him. So I thought, okay, what's more worthwhile? Having John continue the way he was, or being hit in the head with some piece of furniture. So I opted for that. But there was something else I wanted to throw in very quickly. When we were working on the Phantom stage, on that process, which was interminable and tedious.
This is the
horrible.
stage where the fake plane was.
Yeah.
They never did so much work because I wrote, I think, about 32 pages of dialogue in there
Yeah.
with you. And then who you won? What was Prince the Fishes? You got the
Oh,
words
it was
in
with,
there.
Oh, I didn't print it, but we do have a wave file out on the web.
Yeah.
You can have a little shoot.
Pamela Shue, who ended up, strange enough, marrying a priest
Yes,
in real
she
life.
did.
You know that? No. Yes, it's
Yes.
a true story.
Yes.
Isn't that
And I kept
weird?
your
And it
secret
was
for
big
3
news.
years.
And they went on Mike Douglas, or
I
not
did.
Mike
Oh,
Douglas.
really?
They went on
Yes.
some talk show
Was
about it.
that nice?
Yeah.
Commercial.
Yeah.
Yes, except poor Harvey, she kept going, he was supposed to be a nun, and she had, supposed to have no makeup, and she kept going back and sneaking makeup on.
See,
You
her
remember that?
her eyelashes were that big at the beginning, and that big at the end.
And I kept calling him, saying, "Can you do it?" And he said, "You don't believe-" He says, "I don't know when she does it. It's like Houdini." We go like this. We're about ready to shoot. There's no makeup, and she goes like that. Okay, we're shooting, then It's unbelievable.
That's true. In order to accomplish the shot, all those mock-up shots were shot off a camera crane,
Right.
which was
Yeah.
so the nose of the crane was way up at like 10-15 feet. The cockpit itself was on a platform, on a gimbal.
Right.
It was way up in the air. So in order to get there, you had to climb a ladder, and in order to be by the camera, you had to be up in this platform, and they had headphones hanging up there. So once you got up there, you were kind of stuck.